Ever wondered why some relationships feels effortless while others seem to fall apart? Is love just about chemistry, or is there a deeper psychology behind lasting relationships? If you have ever questioned why do you love the way you do, this video is for you. Welcome back to Mind, Body and Energy. Today we are diving deep into psychology of love. We will be understanding attachments, love languages, and communicating techniques that truly makes relationships last. Let's get it started. Have you ever noticed that some people craves closeness in relationships while others need space? This is because we have different attachment styles formed in childhood that is carried to adulthood. First, the secure attachment, where the individuals feel comfortable with intimacy and independence. Also, they communicate effectively and trust their partner. Second is anxious attachment. These people tends to fear abandonment and needs constant reassurance and tends to overthink in relationships. Third is avoidant attachment. Here, the individual values independence to the point where intimacy feels overwhelming and they often push away people. Fourth is fearful avoidant. They are also called disorganized. They have mix of anxious and avoidant traits. They want connection but also fears it. Understanding your attachment style can help you break all those unhealthy patterns and build stronger, healthier relationships. Do you and your partner speak the same love language? Love isn't just about saying I love you. It is about showing it. Gary Chapman identified 5 love languages that shape how we show love or we express and receive love. The first one is words of affirmation, and this is like one of my favorites, which basically means that verbal expression of love, like compliments or encouragement. It's like almost like being the cheerleader of your partner or friend, even if you're showing that love to them. It's a great validation when you hear someone say it out or write it down through words for you. Second one is gift giving. It's as straightforward as it sounds. It's thoughtful presents that show appreciation, right? Third is quality time, one of my favorites again in terms of receiving love language, where you give undivided attention and create meaningful moments. I just love this. So, for example, here I can give is that my partner and I have very different, how we receive love is different. So what has happened, like what we have learned as well to communicate is that in the beginning, my partner loved having me around for hours and he would chill on his phone, I'll be watching something and he'd love that. But I would still ask them, but we did not spend time together. I mean, that's somewhere that I felt lack, even though we were together all the time. Then it made me realize that I really appreciate that quality time, which basically means you're facing each other. You don't have to face each other, but engaging in a good conversation, even if it's just for 20 minutes. But that 20 minutes would be more important to me than spending 24 hours together, just doing our own thing. So that was something to communicate, especially in the beginning of our relationship. Fourth is acts of service, doing things for your partner to ease their stress or just showing them your love, doing something. Here, I would like to give an example of especially Desi mothers, I think I have noticed is if you do something for them, since I love you is really not in our culture, right? We don't say really I love you to our parents. Especially, I mean, I would say most of Indians don't say that. Now it has started coming up. So instead of saying I love you is how of love is by helping them around the house, helping them doing household chores or bringing milk from outside. Similarly, my understanding, so like I said, my receiving of love language, the top two were words of affirmation and quality time. And whilst being in relationship, I realized that my partner's love language to show love was acts of service. He do all the even sometimes he'll cook for me, or even for us, or he will help with house hunting. All these things is acts of service which is showing his love towards me, that I realized later that he is a very acts of service person. This physical touch, hugs, kisses, and physical connection, it doesn't have to be sexual. Even being touched in a very loving, with loving intention is very, I think our skin absorbs it, our neurons catches it, and straight away subconsciously, I think touch is something that is so subconscious. It knows the intention, whatever kind of touch it is. You don't have to speak it even. So touch being a very important role. It's something that I wanted to do my dissertation on whilst I was doing my master's. I wanted to do dissertation on touch and importance of it. But then COVID happened. However, that's a side story. But what I mean is, touch is so important, because I don't think any human would survive if they would not receive touch in the early stages of life, especially. A child needs that connection, a child needs that touch, that warmth of the skin to survive. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about connection. Here are 3 therapist approved techniques for better communication. The I statement technique is the first one. Instead of blaming, say, I felt hurt when you did not respond to my text because I value communication. Right? This reduces that defensiveness and opens a dialogue, opens a healthy communication or a healthy conversation. Second is active listening. Repeat back to your partner what they said before responding. This will bridge all the communication gap because you're paraphrasing. This is some technique that we also use in therapy as a therapist. This makes your partner feel understood and validated. 5:1 ratio rule is the third one. So study shows that happy couples have 5 positive interactions for every negative one. Focus on appreciation, on gratitude and connection in your daily interactions. Don't let the negative interaction be more than positive interaction, otherwise the whole day will go to doom. Your subconsciously will feel negative about things. So make sure if you are giving one negative or criticism which is not really constructive, one criticism you have given directly or indirectly, wanting by mistake or not, make sure you have at least five positive interactions, and it will be great if it's in their love language so that you can communicate clearly. See, this is very important to understand. So this is what I always say, that understand love languages as this concept of being on the same page. For example, if one is speaking Spanish and another is speaking French, they would not understand each other. All right. So there has to be a mode, a tool where you communicate that to each other. And in love, I think it's very important to accept the person that is there, toxicity aside, and showing them that love in the language that they know is going to make your life much more easier, and even you would want to be loved the way you want to be loved. So communicate it with your partners, communicate it with your friends. You can even see, you can even notice how your friends receive it. And it just makes life much more deeper and connected if you see, if everyone reverts everyone in the love language that they have, the connections would just get stronger. There won't be any miscommunications, there won't be any easy fall off of connections. Love isn't just about finding the right person, it's about building the right habits. If you found this helpful, make sure you go like, share, and subscribe for more psychology based relationship advice. Bye bye. Take care of yourself.